It's me, Mario! Hello!
Super Mario 64, a game that didn't age well in looks, but did impact the gaming industry as a whole. For us today, Super Mario 64 doesn't look like anything special. It looks like your typical 3D platformer. Well, because it is your typical 3D platformer. But at the time, Super Mario 64 was groundbreaking. Back then, moving around in 3D space wasn't normal. So people loved this game and wondered, what was Nintendo going to release next? Well, a year later, in 1997, in an interview with Nintendo Power, Miyamoto said, "What comes next? Super Mario 128? Actually, that's what I want to do." Let me tell you about a game that people weren't even sure existed. That game is Super Mario 128. Super Mario 64. You multiply that by 2 and boom, you got Super Mario 128, a game that never came to fruition. Or did it? In the span of half a decade, Miyamoto, Reggie, and Nintendo kept throwing the name Super Mario 128 around. Countless articles, theories, and interviews were done because of this game. And it all starts at Space World 2001, where Nintendo showed us something interesting. The year is 2001. The amazing purple cube we now know as the Gamecube was announced. This was back when Nintendo cared about power and wanted to show off the power of the Gamecube. What better way to show the power than with Mario? No, one Mario isn't enough. No, 2 Marios isn't enough. Nor 3, nor 4. How about 128 Marios on screen at the same time? And it's only using 25% of the Gamecube's power. All of these Marios were controlled by AI, and by the looks of the footage, you can control one of them alone or all of them at the same time. Not to mention, they all react to the change of this spherical terrain, which is constantly moving. This seemed like a confirmation that Super Mario 128 was a thing and might even release for the GameCube since they're showing it off as a tech demo. But the story gets a lot more convoluted from here. The year is December 10th, 2002. 9 days before I was born, Miyamoto confirmed the continuing development of Super Mario 128. Not only did he confirm this, but he confirmed it to freaking Playboy Japan, out of all places. In 2003, Nintendo's George Harrison, which was a senior vice president of marketing and corporate communications at Nintendo of America, told CNN that money that Super Mario 128 may not appear on GameCube at all. Which made less sense since the tech demo for it was on the GameCube. People thought, oh well, we'll see it at E3 2004, but all they got was Miyamoto confirming its existence in a February interview with GameSpy. What is going on with Mario 128? It's moving along secretly like a submarine under the water. When developing, we often look at different hardware and run different experiments on it and try out different ideas. There have been a number of different experiment ideas that we have been running on the GameCube. There are some that we have run on DS and other ideas too. At this point, I just don't know if we'll see the game on one system or another. It's still hard for me to make that decision. I am the only director on that game right now. I have the programmers making different experiments, and when I see the results, we will make a final decision. The game clearly wasn't close to completion, and made it seem like it will be even longer till we see Super Mario 128. But Reggie at GDC 2005 stated that Super Mario 128 would indefinitely be shown at E3 2005. After 4 years of interviews and speculation, people would finally see the glory of Super Mario 128. But it didn't show. Reggie lied to us. He lied to us. At E3 2005, he told GameSpot, "I can only show what Mr. Miyamoto gives me to show." When the reporter asked if Super Mario 128 project actually exists, Reggie responded, "I've seen bits and pieces." Remember that George Harrison guy that said it might not even come out on the GameCube? Yeah, he was right. Miyamoto later in 2005 told Wired News that Super Mario 128 would not be produced for the GameCube, but instead for the Revolution.
Dark times are ahead. Dark times indeed.
Seriously? Aren't you overreacting a bit?
Welcome to the apocalypse, Mr. Squidward.
No, not that revolution. This revolution. Yeah, the word revolution was the code name for the Wii, which was such a cool name, but they had to change it to Wii. But that's besides the point. In 2006, Shigeru Miyamoto finally confirmed that the project was no more. So what happened to Super Mario 128? Well, Miyamoto's response was, "Most of you already played it in a game called Pikmin." He went on to say in his keynote speech at GDC 2007 that it was merely a demonstration of the GameCube's power and experiments that we later saw in Nintendo's games. The Mario's reacting to the change in the terrain was further developed and became Super Mario Galaxy's spherical walking, the ability to walk around on a sphere. The 128 Marios, along with their AI, was further developed for Pikmin. Looking into the very first Pikmin game's files, you can find a Mario model. Before I end this video, I wanted to let you all know that the Homespot Bluetooth Adapter Pro is now available for purchase. It is linked in the description below. If you don't know what this is, then you can check out my review that I did on this product. It's actually really cool. And you can get this in multiple colors. I got mine in the Animal Crossing colors because I'll be doing an Animal Crossing themed Switched video in the future when Switches are back in stock. You literally can't find them anywhere. But more on that later. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this week's video. It was an interesting video to research because there was way more information than I thought there would be. But I will be back next week with a sorta techie video. Trust me though, it's gonna get interesting.